2 years ago, I was just living with my sister with my three kids in a one-bedroom apartment, sleeping on her floor. But before we get into that, y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for returning. If you are a returning viewer, if you are new here, welcome. Y'all, this is a new style for me. This is me trying to vlog, y'all. Vlogging is hard. I'm not even gonna lie. So to all the girlies that vlog, kudos to y'all, because the hardest part for me is trying to remember to bring the camera. I'll be so just out of it trying to figure out what to do next. Um, and just trying to, I don't be thinking like, let me pull the camera out. So I guess the more I do it, it'll be better. But like my daughter, she loves vlogging and stuff. Like she loves watching it and stuff like that. So she be wanting to do it anyway. But she don't know. She's only 9, so she don't know how to do the editing and all of that. She ain't taking it that serious. She just like to watch vlogs. So then she thinks she could do it on her own. But y'all, I got a couple of these that I'm gonna start compiling together because I'm trying to vlog. I don't be doing nothing, y'all. I'll be just in the house being a housewife with no wife, like no wife, but or with no husband, I should say. But yeah, y'all. So that's that on that, right? So this is just me like a spend the evening type of thing, y'all. My son had field day. I didn't even get no video for that because again, I forgot my camera. It's the time of the month. It's just a whole lot of that was going on. So I had to go get the stuff for spaghetti because I was like, I'm making spaghetti, something that could last me for like at least 2 days, and call it a day. Okay, so back to the story. So y'all, I've kind of talked about the story anyway, hinted at it, but I want to make sure, I don't, even though it's a part of my life, like it's something that happened to me, it's still something like I still watch my words on how I, say certain things about people that I once loved, once cared about, or still do. Just one, that's my character, and two, out of respect, like God's gonna hold me accountable for what I do, regardless. And to be honest, y'all, I'm not mad at the stuff no more. um, it is what it is. I feel like I was mad at the moment, but it wasn't. It was more of a disappointment because I thought we shared a better bond than that, and I thought I had respect for her, and I thought she had a respect for me. But when I look back, coming from the life, like just coming from a lot, and God showing me a lot, I kind of always seen something. But I'm the type that I like to see the good in a person rather than the negative, especially because we grew up in a whole bunch of negative. So I don't want to add you into that too if you don't have to be. Um, so it was just more of a disappointment because it was confirmed, and I'm like, dang, here go another one. Like, I mean, at this point, I'm used to this. It is not funny. It's not funny, but I'll be laughing because y'all, I really don't. This stuff really don't phase me. I mean, once your mama don't really I'm sorry, this because I don't want people to think it's funny. It's not funny, but that's how I deal with stuff too sometimes. Like, but I've been in turmoils for all my life, so it's like it's nothing new. But like once your mama don't, what I was gonna say was once your mama don't like you, but I ain't gonna say she don't. I'm not. All I'm gonna say is once you done went through it with your mama, it ain't really much. It's not really much else that you gotta really tackle for real. Like that's something within itself. So that's neither here nor there. But 3 years ago, y'all, it was a lot going on. But like inside tore up. Outside, I had got me a 4 bedroom house. I had moved to a whole different state. I had the money. My kids were straight. Everything was fine. But inside, I was not fine. I was like breaking down physically, breaking down. You could just tell it just wasn't me. So I had asked God like, look, something gotta give because I don't know what's going on, but you know, this ain't it. I done lost ambition. I done lost this. I done like I'm not feeling it because at this point I had to let my job go because they was doing some shady stuff, trying to put me in a position where they could blame me for stuff that was gonna happen. It just wasn't. But all this stuff I had got on my own, um, and so I felt some sense of accomplishment. And if for it to all just be ripped away from me, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, what's going on? Cause I know I'm not a bad person. I know it ain't no karma. I ain't out here just doing people crazy. So I'm like, what is happening? Lord, I'm doing everything I was quote unquote told to do, and I'm still just not getting the results that I wanted. Just not realizing I was never supposed to obtain it without him, like outside the will of him. You know how y'all hear the whole chosen thing, and y'all, I still be kind of, with that. But at the same time, it be like, it has to be, because I'm really the black sheep of my family. So it has to be something that God wants me to accomplish here, because there's no way I'm going to go through all of this stuff and it's for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So having that conversation with God, I'm like, look, something got to give, because I'm at the point where I'm a functioning depressive. Like, I'm getting up just to do enough for the kids, and then I'm going right back in the room and I'm laying down. They don't know I'm going through anything, because obviously they kids, but at the same time, like, they're well taken care of, wash, clean, clothes, everything. I still participate in stuff, whatever they needed, I got. But I was just being just done. I didn't see a way out. I didn't see a way forward. I didn't see nothing. And I had it on the outside, but on the inside, it was just deteriorating. So wound up getting evicted, wound up having to go with my sister, because I didn't want to go with my kid's dad because he was beefing, plus the whole living situation there. I didn't want to do all of that. So coming, I asked my sister. My sister had a 1 bedroom apartment, but I had asked her, and I'm like, me and the kids will sleep on the floor, whatever. So if anything, that's really what bothered me. It was the fact of me having my kids now sleep on the floor, when, like, literally a floor, and I'm coming from a 4 bedroom house. Like, that's that, because I felt like I made it. Like, I felt like I accomplished what I was supposed to accomplish. Because I don't really want much, to be honest. Like, I want my kids to not grow up the way that I grew up, which is already happening. But at the same time, I wanted them to have more access to things. And a home with their own room was that. I didn't deck the rooms out, everything, y'all. Like, it was, I had it, everything. So I was more attached to me no longer having that. Cause I done got it out the mud. I done been in the trenches. They haven't. So, me feeling like everything is on me, that if I don't get to a point that I feel like I should be at, then the disappointment is within myself. But the whole time I had other outliers that was really just attacking me. And I just wasn't seeing it, or I didn't see how to get away from it. So anyway, back to my sister. So we living in her house. Everything is, cool. I thought everything was gonna be fine because we got the same mom, same dad, so we already grew up with each other. And that was my dog. Like, it was no issues. That's my girl. So my kids love her. Nothing until it wasn't. And I'm gonna get to that. So at this point, y'all, I'm on fire for God. I'm up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning reading. I slowly but surely, I'm trying to now start taking my health seriously. I got the kids in school. Um, what else? Just like, oh, I'm researching. I'm doing a credit report. I got my credit together. I got my eviction off. Cause I'm like, I need to move, whatever, whatever. So I'm just getting all of this stuff, y'all. I'm taking time to, like, talk to God, pray to God. I'm making YouTube videos again. Um, I'm just sitting with God. I'm sitting in the cars sometimes, just sitting with God, praying or just talking to Him, reading the Bible, just interested, like, trying to see, like, okay, what's this about? Cause I know you from church and stuff, and my mom and all of that, but I don't know you for real. So, like, what's this about? And I just started getting closer, and the more, closer I got, the more I'm like, wow, I'm seeing things. The Holy Spirit is putting me on a game, y'all. So I'm like, oh, I like it here, like, cause I was at peace. It was just like He just removed all that negativity. It felt like it was in no time, but it probably was, a little longer than that. But it wasn't that long. Like, I was really at peace, and to be honest, y'all, that's all that mattered to me. That's all I wanted. I just wanted peace. I was never at peace for a long time. Really, to be honest, I was never at peace since a kid. If I'm keeping it honest, I was never at peace. I had peaceful moments, but I was never at peace and whole. Um, and so that was enough for me. And I tell God that all the time, like, even if you never did another thing for me, even if if I stayed in this 2 bedroom apartment complex, I'm cool. Cause mentally I'm good. Mentally, I'm back in alignment with God. I'm seeing Him in a totally different light. Holy Spirit has put me up on stuff. I mean, my spirit is so sensitive to stuff now. It's crazy. Like, learning just certain things. I could sit here and listen to certain videos and stuff now and not get the ick, where before I would get the ick because my mom was just doing too much. So it was irritating for me to read or to hear certain things, but it's not even like that no more. Like, I actually want to know. I want to learn. I'm reading the Bible. I can understand it. It's not seeming like it's foreign. Like, all the things, right? So if I've never gotten nothing else, the health me and my kids got, the food, the shelter, that without the expectations that I had on it, I would be perfectly fine because I need this peace of mind. This peace of mind can't go nowhere. Or I might just lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing all of these things, y'all. I got me a brand new car. That was the next year coming. It was just, I felt good. The only thing I was waiting on was a place, and I was filling out places, but I ain't even had no job, y'all. So if we being honest, that was a faith of a mustard seed, cause child, I ain't had no job. So anyway, I was filling out job. I mean, I was filling out. Yeah, I was filling out jobs. So I was filling out jobs. I was filling out apartments, all the things, and then all of a sudden, I'm starting to see certain things, and I'm like, you know, it's like, okay, God, I see you, I hear you, but I think I just been in denial a lot because she is my little sister. We grew up in not a not all the time good environment. So it was just like I could connect and understand on certain things and maybe, try to make excuses as to why certain things happen. Or you might be doing certain stuff. Whole time we grown, we gotta start taking accountability at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Anyway, so I'm just seeing things. I'm like, okay, So now I feel like God is telling me to peep even more, and I'm like, Lord, just like Lord, I'm just now getting close to you. I'm really not trying to have nothing disrupt this. Like, this is it's getting out of hand. So y'all, I wind up one night, my son goes to sleep. Now I have bought this blow up bed at this point. So the kids is knocked out. My son goes to sleep, but he doesn't he's 4 at the time, so he don't want to sleep without me. But I'm on the computer doing my stuff, doing my research, trying to make some things shake, right? So usually when I do that, I have my headphones on and I'm either listening to music or whatever, but it's loud because it's quiet in the house, so it's loud on the headphones, and they the beats, so they like noise cancellation, y'all. So he gets up. I had to take my headphones off. Normally, I can tell him go back to bed. I'll be there, but he was not hearing it this night. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna lay with you. Y'all know how y'all gotta lay with the child sometimes. 52 fake them out. So we sleep in all darkness. Like, it don't be a lick of light. It might be a little light, but we were sleeping in all darkness, whatever. I had a little baby night light. And, the right before, I'm gonna say sometime before, I even went to go lay with him, she was texting me about something. Now I'm not gonna tell you what she was texting me about because I don't want, like I said, I want to watch what I say. But basically, I had to set a boundary. And me having to set that boundary is not something that I normally did. So I feel like, once you say no to somebody that's used to not hearing the word no from you, they're going to start acting crazy. But that's neither here nor there. I felt like, we had a certain respect for each other for it to never have to go down like that. But it is what it is. I digress. So I lay down with him, and y'all, she was talking about me, y'all. She used to stay up at like all night and talk on the phone. But she was talking about me this one night, and I heard her. She was still whispering, but I heard her enough for me to now hone in on, like, hold on, what's going on? You talking about me? And I knew that was the spirit telling me, yup. I knew it because it's no coincidence that my son get up at the time that he got up for me to hear the conversation that's happening. So I'm listening. I'm like, wow, and it was more of a, I got angry. I'm not gonna lie. I got angry because, again, I thought we had a certain respect for each other. And then the person she was talking to, I don't even know the person. So you talking to this person, they don't even know me. They only know what you tell. So obviously, if you paint me in a bad light, I'm gonna look crazy. And on top of that, are you telling them what I've done, or what you've done? Because if we're being honest, um, we know it's always more to the story, right? But and while I don't care how nobody view me, it's still just like the person is a new person. They don't know nothing from nothing. So they only can take your side, and they ain't gonna hear my side because I don't know them, and I'm not gonna go to them to go talk to them. Like, that's, what I'm saying, that's crazy. So I hear this, and then I was upset, I was mad, and then after that, it was disappointment because I thought we had more respect for each other for us to not have to ever go through something like that for something so it was very minute, y'all. It was not even that deep. Um, and so, that gave me more of the motivation to get on up out of there. But I was waiting on the places that I had filled out. So, and she knew I didn't want to go to my kid's father's. Like, she knew that. So, whatever. And then some other things wound up happening where I felt like, showed her more in a selfish light. And because my thing is, don't kick me while I'm down. You already know I'm on your floor. Like, me and my three kids is on your floor. Okay. Like, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it was just crazy. But anyway, so more things wind up happening, and she wound up, you know, giving us a date that we had to leave because she was leaving. Now, if you knew more of the story, then you would know why this was bizarre and, in my opinion, even more foul. But you know, I won't say too much. I won't. I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I wound up having to leave January of 2025, at the end of January. I wound up getting this place May of 2025. So I wasn't at my kid's father house no longer, than a couple of months, but it was still just something I did not want to do. And that has been the problem for me, with me having to go so hard that I had to, because I have no other support. And so I feel away when, I'm the one that has to have every option out there so that I'm not failing because I have nobody else to look on to help. And then, in a sense, it makes me feel like I have to be perfect, and nobody's perfect, and then one wrong mistake the whole family. And that's what I just did not want. But the thing about God, the thing about God is He's so good, yo. He's so good because I didn't stay that long, and even still, I kept doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was still doing the credit reporting stuff, still researching, still out here, still, yo. I literally got denied in January 2025 from the place that I wanted, and literally a month or two later, I got um I got an email back saying that they accepted me. You can't tell me that's not God, because I've never been in an apartment or like filled out an apartment for an apartment, got denied, and then got approved. That never happened to me. So I'm like, oh, this is God working, this is God working, and I needed it. You know what I'm saying? So for what the enemy felt, try to do it between me and my sister, God still used that situation and helped me out regardless. And I'm forever thankful. Because now, I mean, me and my sister relationship is not what it was. It's definitely rocky because I wound up telling her I heard her. So we ain't seen eye to eye since. Because I'm at the point where I can't hear you talk about me in a certain way and think you're gonna gaslight me with an apology. No, I think that's the issue with a lot of black families, is we like to throw a lot of things under the rug or just let time pass. That stops for me. Nah, we gonna talk about this because I have a certain respect for you, but the more that you wait, the more I ain't gonna care. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and I just felt like it was at that moment God allowed all of that stuff to happen, or not allowed it, but it happened because we all have our free will. So, but it happened to show me something that I kept being in denial about. So, I don't look at it in a negative light anymore because God redeemed me, so I really don't care what happened before. I really don't. I really don't care what happened before. But it was just very odd to me, that that happened the way that it did. But at the end of the day, like I said, God has blessed me beyond measures. I tell you. And like I said, if all I got is this peace, that's all I care about, y'all. So yeah, that's the story of me and my sister. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. And I will see y'all in my next video. Thanks for watching.